Ghost Recon. Before it got all open world, it was a tactical squad-based shooter where you're dropped into a level with a squad to complete a mission, commanding your squad with where they go, how they behave, even down to who they shoot and with what. Be as tactical as you like, make a plan, execute it, mission accomplished. Take all that, mix it with old school Sam Fisher Splinter Cell, covert stealth, infiltration, assassination, and intel collection. Now mash those two games together, put them into VR, and you've got just a taste of what Tales of Glory 2 Retaliation has to offer. With 9 different big sandbox levels with 3 different highly engaging game modes, full physics on weapons and melee items, there's something here for everyone. In Battles game mode, command a squad in real time, where they go, who they shoot, when they lay down cover fire, or let loose with grenades. Okay, Tyler, let's get an underbarrel grenade down there, please. Oh, thank you very much. Breach rooms with them as you save hostages, get into huge firefights with 80 to 100 other NPCs. Call artillery strikes and fight in all-out physics-based firearm combat. Or take it down a notch and go with a solo night stealth infiltration mission. Assassinate your target, collect the intel, take out patrolling enemies without detection with your silenced weapons or your trusty knife, and that really makes it feel like Sam Fisher in Chaos Theory. Having full physics means you can grab enemies, drag and hide bodies in the darkness, line them up for the perfect stealth kill, or grab them, hold tight, and snap some necks. Scale walls and deactivate lights to help stay hidden in the dark. Do what you need to do and escape to your extraction. Also, do I see multiplayer on the horizon?
No. No. No.
Yes, but it's early days right now. There's big plans for it though, and consider the big battles with your friends or the other game modes. If you ever played Splinter Cell co-op missions years ago, you're in for a treat. Everything is fully physics-based, the guns collide with the environment and you can interact with enemies by hitting them with guns, bats, tools, cans. You can grab them for some sweet throws or even just punch them into oblivion. You can. Wow, that was awesome. Also though, there's my favorite combat feature. You, come here. Am I kicking? What? That's epic. Oh yeah, that's right. What needs to be considered about this game though is that unbelievably it's a one-man show right now. A lone dev making games in VR like the games he's enjoyed playing. And that's a great strength because you can do stuff like this. Natalia, no. Okay, I'm coming. Give me your hand.
I'm hit.
Or forearm, that's fine. Let's drag you out of here and get you healed up. Why don't more games have this? There's plenty of AAA VR games that will not allow you to do that, and I think it would be a fantastic feature. Imagine in Onward, before reviving someone, you could actually drag them somewhere safe to do that. It's in early access, and are you going to recognize a lot of the assets used in the game? Yes. Yes you are, but by the dev's own admission, they are not an artist. And I respect that admission because the dev is playing to his strengths, and it shows with how well this game is optimized. I'm running this on a gaming laptop with a GTX 1060, so really make that more like a GTX 720, and I have those 60 to 80 NPCs on screen at the same time, and the game still runs completely smoothly 95% of the time. There's lots going on in Tales of Glory 2, and it's lessons learned and skills improved from the first Tales of Glory. That was all about medieval combat, full physics-based weapons combat, spanning a 20+ hour sandbox campaign taking place over 13 levels with randomized content, so every time you play, it's a different experience. You can use a command system to command your troops in large-scale battles with countless NPCs, both friend and foe. It does all this while running smoothly because there's a multitude of settings, so things run well on almost any systems, and the same goes for Tales of Glory 2. And I also can't forget to mention that you can ride a horse into combat as well. And Tales of Glory 2 is a lot of that, but it's modern day and with guns. Plus there's this. What? Fortunately, there is a tutorial to help you learn how things work, and you sure will need it, even if it's just to learn how to command your squad. Each member has a different speciality and a different weapon to go along with that. You've got a sniper, a heavy gunner, you've got someone with an underbarrel grenade launcher, and you've got a medic, each useful in their own way and in their own right. The command system is one of the stars of the show here. You can place whoever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want. Tell them what to do, where to look, what doors to breach, and when, because you'll be going into a bunch of different terrains here: jungles, city blocks with schools and offices, desert compounds, huge Nakatomi Plaza type buildings, and even residential neighborhoods. And believe me, in the battles game mode, in the middle of 80 NPCs fighting it out against each other, it can get pretty crazy. Fortunately, you can call artillery strikes to help you out against such a massive swarm of enemies, but only in the right maps, of course. You can't call artillery down in a residential neighborhood. You can also take a large section of your NPC squad by using your tablet and move them to whatever area you like. In the battles game mode, holding down areas is what will win you these sandbox type fights. Your little band of misfits though will always stay by your side, so don't worry about them. They all have their own unique character models, so you'll always be able to tell them apart. These large battles are pretty insane, and it's not just straightforward fighting. Enemies and where they spawn are always random, so whenever you drop into a map, enemies will not be where you last saw them. Also, you can climb basically anything as well, so you can get to the high ground here as well. It's not just the enemies, and don't forget to use the zip lines. Then there's the infiltration missions, and these are the stealth missions. This isn't you sat in a canoe sniping and shooting, even though that is pretty cool. This is you being dropped into a level with a briefing and a mission to do, totally alone in a populated world of NPCs, and it's freaking glorious. An official Splinter Cell VR game has been hinted at, and we know that it is being made. We've heard about it for some time in the VR community, but this right here exists right now, and it's far more 18+ rated than any Splinter Cell I've ever seen. These missions are so fun, and I've never felt more stealthy in my life. Just as with the large scale battles, enemy positions are randomized every time you play, so you never know what you're gonna get, even if you play the same map over and over, and this really adds to that immersion and realism. It's tough to explain how fun these can be, so I'm going to briefly walk you through one of my experiences with one of the missions. So in this mission, I have to break into this compound / gang leader's well-protected villa and take him out. I choose my loadout beforehand, I'm dropped into the area, and that's it. The rest is completely up to me. I decide to head around back, climb the back wall, and see what I can see. Plenty of guards, lots of light. I watch the patrol patterns for a while, and I find the most isolated guard I can, and I take him out. I hide the body behind a rock just to be safe. I take out a few more guards with my trusty Chaos Theory type knife. Once I've done that, I can sneak closer to the villa and turn off some of the lights. Now be warned, flipping these switches only turns the light off for a certain amount of time. They will come back on. But in the brief shadow of extra darkness, I climb up to the roof. I almost get spotted. Well, let's be fair, I did get spotted, but I took him out fast enough. I make it into the house, make my way through, and emerge from the darkness onto the target and take him out. This took me a long time. This took like 40 minutes to do this without being discovered, even though I kind of was at one point. It's really fun, and I've never felt more Sam Fishery in my life. It's being able to climb everything. You can hang from the ceiling while guards walk underneath you and do some classic Sam Fisher drops or takeout. It feels so good and so fun to play this.
Sam Fisher would be ashamed of this.
Then there's the breach mode. It basically just lets you go into a building, like an office building, where there's lots of rooms, lots of doors, fight in the hallways with NPCs, but then breach every individual office as you see fit. And you can breach in multiple ways. You can flashbang, you can just charge in. If you've ever done any breaching in Call of Duty, you can just do this as much as you like. The breach mode also has a residential neighborhood where you get to breach a whole host of houses to save hostages whilst fighting large numbers of NPCs in the neighborhood streets as well. Either watch your squad breach a room or a building, or you can join in the breach as well. Of course, no review on this channel is complete without talking guns and loadouts. There's lots to choose from here, and you'll even recognize some of the models from other VR games that have used the same asset store, and I can't fault this one-man team for that. There's nothing special here, but you won't be disappointed either. Guns all work the way that they should. You can see some bullets in the magazine when you're full, and there's no bullets in the magazine when you've got no bullets left. There are no bullets in the chamber though, I'm afraid, which is always an annoyance on this channel because games seem to skip that out, but I can't really judge them for that here. There's plenty to choose from, like SMGs, your MP5s, UMP. There's an assault section with your AK-47s, AK-12s, G36s, and more. There's a nice G3 sniper, and whatever this is. There's some compact SMGs like Uzis as well, and your choice of shotgun. And the shotgun uses the contractor's way of pumping, in which you need to hold the trigger on your offhand to activate the pump to be able to use it, which is always welcome as it stops accidental pumps of the shotgun and the loss of cartridges. You've got your choice of pistols, of course. You've got the classics, 1911, Glock, 5.7, and so on. There's a lot more weapons than that in the game though. When you start the game, you'll see on the loadout section that there are also 28 other weapons for you to unlock. Now when it comes to loadouts, you can kit yourself up exactly how you'd like for the mission ahead. All guns have various options like silencers, sights, grips, lasers, flashlight. You'll have 2 slots, a primary and a secondary, but if you want to just have dual mini Uzis or you want dual pistols, you can do that instead. There's a slot for grenades, and you get your choice of some very sick looking knives for all those nice melee kills. You can save 2 loadouts as you want to load up and equip at any time. I normally have 1 stealth loadout and 1 for going loud. You'll always start off in a hub area when you fire up the game, and here you can practice with your guns, interact with a few lines of enemies so you can practice your moves.
Ooh, ouch. Hey, get down. Hey, get down. There we go.
Set up and sort out your loadouts, or just get familiar with the feel of the game. Speaking of the feel of the game, there's a host of settings for graphics, as I mentioned before, but also loads of settings for moving your hand positions to be perfectly aligned with whatever controller you use, and also the ability to move your gun positions when holding it to line up with either your controllers or a Gunstock, so no matter what you are playing on, Tales of Glory 2 has got you covered. There's also settings for how many NPCs you want to be able to spawn, or how many dead bodies or ragdolls can be on screen at one time, and this will severely help depending on what kind of system you're playing on. The game looks fine, and it's not anything to write home about, but it's not anything to sneeze at either. You'll see some texture pop in and the like, and it's in early access and a one-man show, so I can't sit here and judge this game visually like I would something like Medal of Honor Above and Beyond, and boy oh boy did I judge that game. What makes Tales of Glory 2 Retaliation so good is the gameplay and the mechanics. The various missions, the squad command system, the scale of the firefights, and the Boneworks level of physics. It's a great game with loads of fun to be had, created by someone who loves to play games. Improvements are happening all the time, and multiplayer is going to be very, very exciting. Splinter Cell co-op missions aren't far from our grasp in VR now. Depending on the power of your PC, you could be fighting over 100 NPCs at a time. Tales of Glory 2 is available for PC VR right now in early access, and it will set you back £15, which is about $20. Is it worth it? That's up to you. What I've covered here isn't even everything the game has to offer, and with this amazing multiplayer coming, I'd say get it now while it's cheap. But hopefully this review has shown you what you need to make up your mind. That's it for today's review. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more PC VR, Oculus Quest, or Meta Quest 2 content. Don't forget to join the Eyes on VR Discord as well, and talk to some other crazy weirdo people that love VR just like me. With that, my name is Rex, this is Eyes on VR, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon.